Hey, so Adam, what do you think it means to be human?
That's an interesting question. What I would say is I think interactions between people is what it means to be humans, because I think that's what separates us from everything else on this earth, is that we have the ability to communicate between each other, and we can share our joy, we can share our emotions, we can share our thoughts, we can share our feelings. I think the interactions between people and how we interact with each other is what separates us from everything else and what ultimately makes us human.
Definitely. And maybe even like in the context of beauty, imagination, and humor. Do you think there's anything there that sets us apart?
Yeah, I think we're one of the few species that can, I think, admire beauty in the world, and we can think about that kind of stuff just because we have abstract thought and we can see beauty in things, and we recognize humor when we see it, when we hear it. Because we can have that abstract thought and thinking, we can have the ability to understand different things like that. I think that's just really important for us in our humanity, is because that comes through, again, to the interactions between people, that we can recognize when different things are, when there's a beautiful interaction, when there's a humorous one, and different things like that.
In your opinion, what does it mean to be a human?
Okay. Alright, well, in my opinion, what it means to be human is to live in solidarity with others. And really the question is, what does that mean? And to me, that means like recognizing that you're not only living with others within your community, within the global world, that we all have responsibility to one each other. And that means that if we are living with more than what others live with, then we're not really living with someone, we're living above someone, and that's not what it means to be human. So yeah, I think when it comes to like, I think that's basically what it means to be human, living with people and loving them.
Beauty, imagination, and humor, how do they factor in your views of humanity?
Well, I think those are just all aspects of being human. When you try to live with others, we need to connect with others, and those are all just ways we connect, through imagination, through humor. Those are just ways for us to find connections with each other. Yeah.
So Michael, in your opinion, what does it mean to be human?
To be human, I think, is kind of the social aspect. I think is the most important, because it kind of goes into how we've evolved to where we are today. So we can socialize with each other, create ideas with each other, and be able to, like with our consciousness, be able to create. I don't know, but kind of the social aspect specifically is very important, because we have the capabilities of communicating with each other and creating like society as we know it today. I think that's what sets us apart from different species and different things, and just kind of being able to be innovative, think logically, and plan.
Absolutely. Do you have any thoughts maybe on like beauty, imagination, or humor, and how those factors might play into our experience?
Yeah, I think innovation goes into imagination. Kind of being able to like think of things that you wouldn't normally see, but you can kind of create that image in your mind and kind of go off of that. Also, beauty, I think, is kind of something we can all see. We can't explain it very well. Like if you think about how to define it, it's kind of hard to. But I think it's something we all appreciate because of how our minds work. It's just something that we find pleasing, either in our minds or our eye, to our senses. And I think that's a very human thing.
In your opinion, what does it mean to be human?
So I think what it means to be human is to be in community with other people. I think that humans are very tribal creatures, so we tend to form groups, we tend to stay together, and I mean the way that we were kind of born biologically, like hundreds of thousands of years ago, was always in a tribe. So I think what it means to be a human is to be in connection and find things in common with others, and then share those experiences.
And maybe in the context of beauty, imagination, and humor, how do you see those three traits leading into the human experience?
Yeah, so I think humor is a really easy one. You laugh, like the more you laugh, the longer you live. If you've ever heard that, you get 8 seconds of your life for every laugh you have. And I don't know how true that is, but I do think that there's a certain amount of joy to be had in life, and I think humans are very apt at experiencing that. There's also a lot of beauty too. I think that everyone can have some sort of similar experience, and they look at like the sun setting on the Grand Canyon or a beautiful sky of stars. And I think while we might not all have the same feeling, we can all agree that it's very awe-inspiring. So I think that that in the context of beauty is very essential to the human experience.
All right, Connor. So, in your opinion, what does it mean to be human?
I think that there's kind of like two aspects to that. I think there's kind of like a biological and kind of like a philosophical aspect. I think the biological part is obviously like being a Homo sapien, and that's like the literal definition. But I think human also kind of means like having kind of like caring about other people, kind of being, I don't know, having like a conscience, having concern for fellow man. I think those are kind of things that a lot of animals lack that I think separates humans apart from the regular animals.
Definitely. And maybe in the context of like beauty, imagination, and humor, how do you see those playing into the human experience?
Those are very uniquely human traits. I don't think like I think that those are definitely something that separate humans apart from basically everything else. We have this concept of like of beauty as being uniquely human, and how, you know, imagination is such an abstract concept, and it's not something that any other creature has the ability to, you know, mentally process. So I think that's very important.
Oh, yeah. So, hey, I need to ask you one question.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
So, I was just wondering, what does, in your opinion, what does it mean to be a human?
Okay, well, I think it means nothing special because we're just a part of ecosystem on the earth. But however, since someone created us, like including human, animal, trees, vegetable, that's like there is some meaning for, so us like human, everyone should pursue the meaning of our life by ourselves. So each person, each animal has different meaning of their life. That's my opinion.
But then what separates us humans from animals? If we both have some meaning of life, I mean,
You can decide whatever you want. So I create myself. I make a meaning of my life that makes me different from other people, from you. Yeah.
So it's about uniqueness. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have one more question.
Okay.
In your opinion, imagination, beauty, and humor, how is it related to being a human?
I think those three factors will make your life more interesting or more unique. So, for example, like being like, I don't know if it's said being beautiful. Like being beautiful makes me just super different from you, or being humor makes different from you. Yeah, those factors those are the factors that help us differentiate from other people or other animals.
So it complements the uniqueness.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.